So Gavin, you first joined the club in 1999, and between then and 2007 you made 265 appearances and scored 21 goals. Let's start with the beginning. Do you remember your first game for the club?
Yes, it's a long time ago now, but I remember it had been against Tilbury, August, one of the early games of the season, and we actually ended up drawing 0-0 and went to extra time, and then it went out to a replay. I remember it. I remember, quite clearly in that, sort of just getting into the game, and it's an enjoyable game, but no goals, but probably hurting a bit after that one. God, I'm going to get killed. This is a tough one. There's quite a few. One of the top guys that I got on with was Mr. Northwood, I called him, Chris Gell. He made an unbelievable amount of appearances for the club. Great guy, always winding me up. I actually put it down to him getting me my first ever booking, because I was too nice, I was told sometimes on the pitch. But he actually said to me, he got booked early on in one game, and said, you need to take the next one, because otherwise I'm going to get sent off. And that was my first booking. So, but he was a great guy. Chris Gell, I'd say. 2000 we were runners up, and I remember being out here, and one of the last few minutes, and we had to get a point, and we were drawing, I think, the last game to get it, and we heard the result from the other ground where we had someone go over and watch, and then next thing the bench sort of jumped up and running out, and the game was still going on, and it's like it's finished, so we knew we'd done it. But that one, and then the one after that was, I remember that clearly, we won the league comfortably, had a great side then as well, and then celebrated that one, and we got up to the Ryman Premier from there. It was called the Ryman League then. I'd been here quite a while, and sort of been established a place for quite a while. Played wing back, played 3-5-2 quite a lot, so I sometimes look here and wonder how I managed to run that much when you look at the size of the pitch now. But then it was probably going back to a couple of disagreements and a few things in the team that I didn't sort of agree with or see eye to eye. And I've been here a long time, and it felt like it got a bit stale towards the end. But it's a choice of either loving the club or sort of prolonging my career a bit longer, where I felt I could still do a job somewhere. So that's one of the reasons. But it's always going to be the sort of main club for me that I've sort of been at. So I've been blessed to have boys, 3 boys. One of them's a bit too young, he's only 14 months. But my other 2 boys, so I've got Alfie, who's in the under-11s at Northwood, run by Jay Hall. They've got a very good side. My team, I look after the under-9s. My other boy Kai, he currently plays for under-9s, and that he's in goal. And it was that, and then going and doing my badges, and and sort of wanting to stay involved and keep me sane, because you miss football when you sort of come out of it, in the changing room and that sort of side of it. So I sort of found my next thing. So that's how I got into it, and I enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, for me, that'd be absolutely incredible. Any one of the boys that I sort of manage, and the under-11s where Alfie is. For my 2 boys, I've got my nephew who's just started, Connor, in the under-7s. They've got a cracking little side. And so for me, I mean, my thing would be that both the boys, the nephew on there, and and everyone else who I sort of manage and try and help out with the kids here. That'd be incredible. Yeah, I look out for the schools, see how they're progressing, how they're doing in the table and that. Thanks to social media and that, obviously, with Twitter, things like that, I can sort of always just go on and see them when the goals are going in and so on, as well. And we have a couple of days down here, we have youth days and that, where we'll come and get along to a game as well. So yeah, I'm always sort of looking out and seeing how they're doing. Touch with Chris Gell, speak to him quite a lot. I actually got him to play in a charity game for me last the summer just gone, and also Scott Fitzgerald. I think they're still hating me for it now, because I think it's still late now from months ago. But they're good lads. Keep in touch with them. And if ever bump into some of the boys who we used to see, and it's funny, you see a lot of the people that used to watch me play, and they're now watching my sons play and other things. So they're always polite enough to sort of say hello and give me grief still. So yeah, that's good. 3 managers, all very different. The one I had the longest spell would have been Tony Choules. good manager. Had our moments and that, and he sort of got me sort of playing at how I could play, and was trying to sort of maintain that week in, week out. So he had a bit of an edge to him, so you knew if you'd sort of overstep the mark with Chelsea. The other two managers and that, Mick Harvey come and done a good job of work with him, a bit more relaxed and laid back, and I felt sometimes with that it didn't help my game as much, because I sort of rather than have that edge of someone who's going to kill me when I go in at half time or full time, or and the other one Colin Payne, and again very different manager too. So I'd say Tony Choules would have been got the most out of me there. I'd say, I mean, on a sort of selfish side from my point of view, I'd love to see our youth team, the policy we've got now, and it's really taking off at the moment. Gentleman Andy Tooley has come in and really taken the club and the sponsorship side and bringing everything through, and so we're very lucky. We've got a lot of youth teams, got some very good players. If we can keep a lot of these academies away from some of our boys, and we can really keep them together to come and progress down here. But I'd like to think I'd do that. I mean, if I had a different job in 10 years and it allowed me more time to do things, I'd like to say I'd love to be sitting over there or managing myself, and I'd also love to do things with my team, and what better thing to bring even one, if not 2, 3, 4 through with me. Yeah, I wouldn't, I would never say never. It's one of them, and I've learnt a lot. I'm sort of, hate to say it, but I'm a lot older, and I'd like to think wiser now. But yeah, it would be something I'd consider, but it'd have to be the flexibility then with, my situation with my family, my job. It's a lot of things like that, So yeah, if I win the lottery this weekend, I'll put in for it. So my low point I had. There's been a few. I'd say that playing in the FA Cup, 4th qualifying round down here, we played against Grays, and we were 1-0 up, and the last kick of the game, I'll never forget. Grays had a free kick. They brought a sub on to take the free kick. He scored. It went to a replay. We went over there. We would then find out that the winners would be playing Reading at the Majeski Stadium for the first round proper, who were the top of their top team we could have got. And never forget going over there for the replay, and we got beat 1-0 in extra time, and that was the lowest point probably for myself. High point, I'd have said, even linked to that, as well as sometimes I remember playing likes of Bognor and people that come down there, and there'd be people watching players, and you get seen or looked at yourself, and some games you have better than others and so on. But a high point for me, on top of all that, and going to different clubs, would be actually going into the bar after the game of drawing here with Grays, and going in and watching the draw on the TV. So to then obviously the bit that we go on and lose, but the bar was mobbed, and everyone's big cheer goes up. We get Reading, and it's like, wow, this is brilliant, But then the rest is history, as they say. God, there's been a few. For me personally, I mean, I played wing back most of my time here, so sort of up and down the wing, fitness-wise. So I look at players differently. I've played with very good individuals. I was lucky enough to play with Rob Ursel a couple of times. I used to give him the ball and start watching him play, and then forget I was playing in the same game and go and carry on. You've got Chris Joe, who's, like I said, Mr. Northwood, up and down, goes flying into tackles. I learnt a lot from him to bring a nastier side out of me, if that was ever possible. And then defensively, one of the players, Paul Watkins, bank manager at the time, he'd come on, he'd cross the line 90 minutes, you wouldn't think it's the same person. He'd be going into work on a Monday with a black eye, sitting across the table. Paul Riordan, goalie, the best keepers I've ever played under. So there's lots of different players with different attributes. Fitzy, finishing, giving the ball, you almost turn around to go to the halfway line thinking it's a goal. And then and got big Jay Demerit for defensively. He was obviously come down here, went on to great things at Watford. So I think they've all got their own individual sort of attributes. Lucky enough to play with quite a few.